Good morning, Anne.
Good morning, James.
And good morning, everybody. Hopefully, as always, you are having a good weekend or a good week whenever it is that you are listening. Here we are again, Anne, Sunday morning,
Yes,
another episode. Are you happy to begin?
I am, yes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Where would you like to start this morning?
About the magic word money.
Right, okay, money, okay.
That everybody worries about.
Right.
I don't think there's anybody who doesn't at some time in their life worry about money.
Yes.
But I think at this time, there's more people worried in everyday life even than we realise.
Yes.
So I'm looking at my own money, not anybody else's. I'm not talking about world money or weapons or anything else,
Okay.
except my own personal, which everybody else, I hope, listening understand. So I've been into the bank because it's both my daughter's birthdays.
Right.
Within these 3 weeks, and I wanted to put some money into their accounts. So I had some money of mine from one account transferred into another account.
Okay.
In the bank doing it. It wasn't by phone or anything else. I did it physically.
Okay.
So I asked the lady when I did this, now can I transfer an amount from this into my daughter's account? So she said yes.
Okay.
Now, I'm not IT literate at all, so I know it could be my fault.
Right, okay.
So on Sunday, I met my daughter and my granddaughter, and we tried to do this, and we couldn't succeed doing it. We had real trouble trying to pass it from one account to another.
Was this in the bank?
No, this was in Marks and Spencer's. Where else would you be doing it?
Oh, right, okay.
Sat having a coffee.
So this was later on?
This is later on,
and the
yes.
bank was closed?
This is when it is her birthday. So obviously it's a Sunday.
So you're trying to do it online?
Yes. Except I don't do online banking.
Right, okay. Therein
now
lies...
you understand all the
yes.
problems I was having.
Yes.
So in the end, I rang the bank itself, because obviously online banking is there all the time. The gentleman that answered me said, "This is very weird. Can I leave you for a moment while I go and look at it?" So I said yes. And he came back and he said there's been no transactions since 2006 with your account.
Right, okay.
So I said, but I've just transferred money
Okay.
into my account from another account in the bank. She says, well, I don't understand it. So you're not even registered. So it's not only the money, is unless we keep our eye on everything, accounts that we have, everything in this life, is it going to get lost? Is our money going to get lost?
Wow. Right.
That's what bothers me, because I don't know where the money is. I would love to think that all my money, which I thought when I first started banking at 18,
yes.
when I bought my first house, I thought all my money was in a safe in the bank. And they were...
At one time it was.
Yes, that's
what I'm thinking. A long time ago.
I'm thinking they're safeguarding my money for me.
Yes.
It never entered my head that they were using my money, because I was only 18 and I bought my first house. I didn't realise that they used your money.
Yes.
To invest.
Yes, that's definitely the case.
So how has it got to this time now that they think they're doing us a favour by using our money?
Are you talking about the banks?
The banks, yes. Banks, building societies, anything.
Well, it's speculation, but it's a business. So it's a financial business that provides a service. And for that service, they make money whilst, in their words, I suppose, safeguarding your money. They use it to invest. It used to be, now I'm not a financial expert, nor would I ever claim to be. So, in a sense, thinking on the spot, and as a layperson, it used to be that the money in the banks, when you were younger, for instance, that you talked about, was backed up by gold. And particularly in the West, which was led by America, it was the gold standard, and Britain was a part of this as well. So that gold bullions and gold bars used to back up a country's money,
Right.
so that they were good for their money, and that this enabled banks to be able to lend money to governments and therefore function, and the world used to function to a gold standard. Then it moved to a fiat system where it moved away from gold because there wasn't enough gold, or governments didn't have enough gold to be able to cover the cost, the literal cost of the amount of money that could be potentially drawn at any time. So it moved away from the gold standard, which was a big thing, and moved to a fiat system. Fiat is some acronym, I can't remember exactly what it stands for, but it's a lessening of the system, moving away from something that is tangible gold to something that is abstract. Now, money as a construct is an abstraction. We use it to measure time, value, and other concepts as well. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but it is interesting to think about. I know lots of people worry about it, and very few people, including myself, can really make a head and a tail of it at the best of times. But yes, it's a banking system, and it's a business, and it makes astronomical amounts of money from money. The old adage that money makes money is so true.
Yeah, there's no money.
If everybody went to the cash machine, everybody went to the bank kiosk. There's a joke, isn't it, that the bank kiosk would be open, that somebody would be stood there saying, "Hello, how can I help you today?" Yeah. Let's just use poetic license to imagine that we all went to our banks and said, we'd like to withdraw all of our cash that's in all of our accounts at any given time, no matter how much it is, whether it's a lot of money, £10 or anything. But we all did it across the world. There wouldn't be enough physical money, paper money, well, plastic money now, and coins. So actual physical, tangible, fiscal money in your hands to be able to settle that debt, to settle that withdrawal request between us all. So that there is a discrepancy then, isn't there, between how much money is on paper, so to speak, and how much money is physically available to any one of us at any given time. So there is a gap there, which means, I suppose, that the customers, you, myself, everybody listening, who use banks, we can't really vouch for the money that we need being there at any given time, which is actually not a strong position to be in, is it?
No.
Because if we called in our money,
Yes.
we can't have it, or at least we can't necessarily have all of it. Some people might be able to, but it's not easy, is it? Yeah. It's not easy to do.
Also, the way listening to you talking, which I hadn't thought about, hypothetically, the banks could say, but you've never had money. In this day and age now, but you've never had money. You weren't paid by money. Whereas we used to be paid by money.
Yes, we've moved to a digital system, haven't we?
So you never actually had money.
Physically, no.
Physically, no.
People could spend years of their lives. I'm sure there are people that spend years of their lives constantly paying for things.
Yes.
Bank cards, mobile phone apps, watches, and have their wages paid into their account, wired, direct bank transfers, that they don't handle cash for months, maybe years of their life, and have no money in their wallet or purse, and haven't had any money in their hands for a very long time, or very rarely. I do feel, particularly with the younger generation, that that's becoming more and more common, that is the norm, that physical, tangible money is not used.
No.
Well, this is an obvious thing to say. It's not used anything like that it used to be. Although it did have a little bit of a rise last year, the use of physical cash actually rose a little bit for the first time in about 10 or 12 years. I'm not sure of the exact figure, but it had a little bit of a renaissance.
So
although still
make sure everybody starts
in the minority,
asking for it in money.
But it was rising. And I do think that push to cash is king, cash is queen, keep cash alive, I do think that movement has had an effect. A small effect, but a noticeable effect. Yes. And it's so important because there are lots of people out there that need to manage their money using physical money. There are people that have learning difficulties. There are the elderly, children who are learning about money, people that feel much more comfortable withdrawing cash before paying for something for various reasons. And that if we limit access to money to the point that it's not actually available, we are potentially going to shut out segments of society. Never mind freedom to choose whether somebody would like to use money and whether things might be better if we did use money. If we stop that, we're taking away a freedom there, aren't we? Now,
Yes.
whether or not that is right or wrong is a different question, because we as a society take away freedoms all of the time and we all
Yes.
agree to it. Again, whether that's right or wrong is a different question. It's an interesting one. I know that lots of people listening and lots of people have a lot to say about it, and all of it valid. Well, the majority of it valid. And there are different perspectives on this. It's interesting. What do you feel? I've spoken for a while there, Anne. How do you feel? You brought it up.
I brought it up. I feel strongly about it. I feel very strongly about it because talking to my daughter today, she was saying that the banks or the government's bringing in, and the banks are bringing in a law to say that we can only draw £800 at a time out of our accounts.
Right.
But for me, it's my right to draw out the whole of the amount that I have in a bank. That part
didn't you
bothers
say to me before, was it not £600?
No, 800, she said.
800, okay. I don't know
Yeah,
the figure. I just
800.
thought you said. Okay, I
But
understand.
also, speaking to my other daughter yesterday, I was speaking to her, and she works for British Rail.
Right.
So what is happening, and this is happening nearly every weekend to somebody, is that she had a young lad in this week who'd been to a festival.
Right.
They go to these festivals, don't they? And he'd lost his ticket. He said, I've not got my ticket. I've lost my phone. Not I've lost ticket. I've lost my phone.
Right.
So if they lose the phone, the ticket's on the phone.
Ah,
So
because
they've got no
because it's an
ticket.
e-ticket, right?
So this is the way the conversation went.
Yes.
I've lost my phone. Now she deals with this all the time, but he was going to Newcastle.
Okay.
And he was really upset. So he's got no money because all his money's on his phone.
Right.
He's also, so she, well, have you got a phone number? You haven't got a phone number, have you? No, all the numbers are on the phone. I can't ring anybody. So they can't get him confirmation. They can't ring somebody to get confirmation of who he is because his phone's got everything on it.
His whole life is on that
His
phone.
whole life is
so
on
to
the
speak.
phone. So the boy's crying.
Right.
A young man, and he's crying because he's in the middle of Manchester. He's from Newcastle, got no idea how to get home, been drinking all weekend.
Right.
So she said to him, well, she phoned British Rail, their head offices, and did what she can for him. And lots of times people don't do anything, just say, go away, it's your own fault. But she felt sorry for him. So she rang British, and they said, we can't do anything unless we've got to send him a code. She said, how can you send him a code? He doesn't know his phone number, but his phone's been taken anyway.
Right.
So
Wow.
this boy is in this situation. So how many young people are going to be in this situation, or any of us, if we keep putting everything on phones?
Absolutely. It's common sense, isn't it? Maybe isn't something that we think about, but it is common sense when we do think about it.
Yes.
If everything is in one place and we lose that device and everything's in there, on it, we don't have access to it.
And the other side of that is that before we had mobile phones, I knew everybody's phone number. It was in my head.
Yes.
Didn't need a phone book.
Yes.
All the families, all my friends. I never once had to look it up, a number.
I know, and now we don't really know our own numbers a lot of the time.
I don't know my own number now.
I know. Times have changed, haven't they? It's causing
Brain dead,
the brain,
really.
the
A
brain
brain
to
fog.
change. Yes, yeah. There are studies out there that are looking at the use of
Yes.
technology and how people are becoming more and more dependent upon it, and how people are using certain parts of their brain less and less because they're not having to
Yes.
think in certain ways, and the pathways within the brain are not being used as much. Short-term memory, long-term memory, and
Yes.
such. Yes.
And then if your child is in that situation, they can't contact you, so you can't help them. So they're depending on somebody being there, like my daughter, who will, because she's got a son of her own, obviously, who will go out of her way to get him a ticket, which she did in the
Yes.
end. But she then said she had no money with her, and then she said to one of the other girls who was on the counter, "Have you got any money with you?" So she said, I've got a little bit in my purse." She said, "Lend me £5." This boy's had nothing to eat for 24 hours. So she said, "Yeah, go to Greg's and
Right.
get yourself some food."
Yes.
But shouldn't all the world be like that?
Well, no, it shouldn't be like that in terms of that eventuality. In terms of if we want things to change, we want people to have cash available.
Yes.
We want people to have things in different places, so that if one apparatus, one medium of sharing information or paying for things can't be used, we have alternatives.
Yes.
In an ideal world, of course, but there are always going to be situations we forget our keys, we lose our keys, we get lost.
Yes.
We lose our phone, of course. Are you talking about kindness and looking out for each other and supporting each other in
Yes.
situations of trauma? Well, I've used the word trauma. Probably to that young gentleman, it was very traumatic. In the grand scheme of things, not so much. But yes, in that moment, a real trauma.
Newcastle's a long way away, isn't it?
It is, and we all know the feeling when we can't find our keys, or we feel like we've left them on the bus or something like that.
Yes.
The panic,
Yes.
like, oh wow. So yes, the natural instinct to be kind, to show compassion, empathy, and support each other. Yes, but it's also important that people learn, that we make mistakes and we learn by them. Myself included, you included,
Yes.
and everybody listening. So that I hope that was an opportunity to reflect for the young gentleman, as it would be for myself now hearing it, and think about what would we do in that situation, and have we got safeguards in place, so that I'm not caught out in life by having everything in one place. What would we do if there was a power outage? There are lots of cyber attacks happening now.
Yes.
If everything is digitalised and every home is digitalised and you can't get in without a passcode or a PIN, and it's hacked in some way, you might not even have access to your own home. I mean, that's like a dystopian scientific novel or something like that.
I
But
don't think it is
that
that so much, to be
but that
honest.
reality,
It's very close.
that reality is becoming ever more
Yes.
possible with the encroachment of technology, such things like smart houses, where the whole house is
Yes.
set up to a computerized network, interwoven, no doubt nowadays, with artificial intelligence. You will need to communicate with your house to be able to go inside, rather than turn a physical key. It will be put a passcode in, or scan your eye, or a fingerprint or something like that. If the power to the house is no longer available, the house might shut itself down. Or if it deemed you a threat, it might shut itself down. All of this really does sound like some dystopian sci-fi film. It really does sound like that. But these realities are becoming ever more possible, as we've seen with mobile phones and banking, as we are seeing with driverless cars, as we're seeing with all manner of human experience. It's becoming more and more technocentric, techno-integrated. And we have an option now, for not much longer, to as a species, ask ourselves, is this where we would like to go? Is this the future that we would like to move into? Is this our step of evolution? Is this where we want to put our choices moving forwards? Do we want to back this technological future all in? Lots of people might say yes. Lots of people might say no. Lots of people might be unsure, but I do think it's wise to have mature, searching and probing conversations about it, because it's moving so quickly. It really doesn't seem to be hitting home with people. I'm sure to all of you listening it is, but the technology, particularly artificial intelligence, is moving so quickly that 6 months ago is a long time. It's moving so fast now.
That's scary.
It really is a long time.
I went to Booker's today, the cash and carry place, catering,
Right.
for some food, and I've been using Booker's for probably 50 years.
Okay.
It used to be Macro. It's Booker's now. And I went to Booker's, and when I went to pay, the gentleman said to me, "You're paying by cash or card?" So I said, "I'll pay by card today." So he said, "Well, that's self-service now. This is in a big cash and carry place."
Yes.
it's self-service. Now imagine how much you've got on catering
Yeah.
on that trolley. So he showed me. I said if I'd known that, I would have said I paid by cash, because I don't personally believe in self-service.
Right, okay.
I'm not paid
Yes.
by you to serve myself.
Yes.
I said, and it's your job.
Yes.
And he said, I agree with you completely, but I work here and I have to have my wage. But I agree with what you're saying. So I then started to put my stuff through in this big company. And I was thinking as I was doing it, why are we all just conforming? And it really bothered me that this man was worried about his job, because if everybody starts doing it, he loses his job. And I looked around this big warehouse and I thought, and I could picture it with robots and doing all the lifting and everything. And some people would find that exciting, wouldn't they?
Maybe.
They would think,
maybe.
you know, how exciting is that? But I think beyond that, and I'm saying this because we watched The Doghouse.
Yes,
this week.
it is back on Channel
back
4.
on
I
Channel
think it's been
4.
back on Channel 4 for a few weeks now. So a
Yes.
new series of The Doghouse
Yes.
on Channel 4.
And there you're watching people interacting, talking to each other. You see the excitement as they're walking, you know, it shows you the excitement of the people as they're walking to choose a dog or to get a dog.
Yes.
And they're talking to each other, especially when it's children. And then the anticipation when they sit waiting.
Yes.
Now, if that went online and you chose your dog online,
Some people do.
how would you do that? That hurts my heart, really, because watching the faces of those people with those dogs.
I know, it's such a wonderful programme, isn't it? And the
Yes.
interaction of the people that arrive, it could be a family, it could be a couple, it could be friends, siblings, and they come, and as the programme states, if you haven't watched it, you really do need to give it a
Yes.
watch. It's wonderful. There have been quite a few series now. I think it's on series 4 or 5. It's on Channel 4, and it's called The Doghouse. You'll be able to get it on their streaming service if you want to watch it. And it's often at a very significant moment. So it might be recovering from an illness or a bereavement or a divorce or something like that. So big, challenging, emotional episodes in people's lives that we can all relate to in one
Yes.
shape, form or another. And the dogs being wanted, being needed. And the dogs are there in terms of, you know, they're not designer dogs. They are dogs that are,
Yes.
they're in a home and they need a home as well. And often
Yes.
their start in life or their journey has been challenging, to say the least.
Yes.
So it's so wonderful to see how the team of experts who work at the centre, who absolutely love the dogs, speak to the individuals, speak to the families, the couples, whoever it might be, about what type of dog they would like and why they would like it and what they would like to do with the dog. And then they try and pair and match up the right dog with the right person, right family, right couple. And then they introduce them, and it doesn't always work out. Sometimes the dog doesn't take, sometimes the family don't take. Sometimes the family or the couple might have an existing dog and the two dogs don't get on. But more often than not, they do take. And if they don't take straight away, another dog might be tried. It's wonderful. It really is.
It's love in action, isn't it?
Yes, it's so affirming, life affirming to see the reactions of people that sometimes are obviously troubled and upset, and how the dog, even just coming into the space, just lifts their mood, their energy, just their very beingness. It just lifts them. And the power of a dog, and that's what's said in the introduction, and it's so true. Never underestimate the power of a dog. And that's a programme that brings back a real sense of hope and optimism and a sense of goodness and humanity. And this dystopian robotic age can be faced, and we can choose something else. And The Doghouse is a small drop in the ocean, but such an important one to remind us about our human connection and about our connection with our best friends, our dogs. And I know other animals as well. People really do love their animals. We can get back to that connection, real, authentic, genuine, other-centred love with other people and with animals as well. It's so important. In fact, it's vital. It's absolutely vital. So if you haven't watched it, oh yeah, watch it. It's wonderful. The Doghouse on Channel 4.
Yes.
You were saying, and touch.
Touch. It's touch, isn't it?
Yes, real
Touch.
physical touch.
Physical
In the
touch.
physical world with
Yes.
warmth. Yes, and a
you
wagging
waiting,
tail.
you see, you know, you watch them when the dog comes in. The dog's fine. All the dogs are fine. They all
Yes.
do what they want to do. They walk in. Some of them sniff around.
Yes.
Don't want to be bothered with the humans.
Well, they're like
for a
people,
while.
aren't they? Some of them are
Yeah.
needy. Some of them are standoffish. Some of them are
Yes.
shy. Some of them
Yes.
are aloof. They're like
Yes.
people. Dogs have their own personalities,
Yes.
like people.
But it's the human beings who are sat stiff, thinking,
Yeah.
what do I do? How do I react to this dog?
Yes.
That's what's so amazing, really, is that they're dependent on the dog
Right.
in a way of the dog coming to them.
Yes. Well, needy
Yeah.
humans, really.
We are,
Yeah.
you were all, but
Well,
I don't think it's
not
so
all.
much needy humans as that that dog is unconditional love,
Yes.
and you know it from the start. You can't. It's something you can't describe, and unless you've had a dog, you will never know. That's the point.
I agree.
You don't. You can't make it up. You
No.
can't imagine it.
No.
You have to have
I am
the dog.
certain that lots of you listening, hopefully all of you listening, have an idea, a real sense of what we're talking about. And it's such a privilege, isn't it?
Yes.
And they really are our best friends. So if you are feeling a little bit down, and it's tough out there in the world at the moment, and I know whether it's artificial intelligence or cash, or it can sound like doom and gloom. We're doomed, Captain Mannering, we're doomed. And in some senses, yes, if we continue on the path that we're on, humanity, we will be. But programmes like The Doghouse are a real shot in the arm of goodness.
Yes.
And a remembrance of what life can be like in its simplicity. And it really is wholesome and good. It gives you the warmth, that tingly feeling, that wonderful heartwarming feeling, and I hope everybody can experience that. And The Doghouse might not be for you, so I hope there's another programme or film or book or story or radio play or particular walk or picture or painting or something in your life that can give you that feeling,
Yes.
that can lift you up and bring a sense of optimism and comfort and strength in a confusing, scary world. And don't we need that? And I do not think that should be a point of ridicule, nor do I think it's a sign of weakness. A dependency on it maybe, but a recognition of it absolutely not. To bring comfort in this world, to bring strength and optimism, hope to anybody, whether it be a television programme, a book, a cup of tea, a delicious hot chocolate with marshmallows, whatever it might be. I tell you what, there is as much meaning in anything like that as there could be in anything else. So we must draw strength from that, and I hope you all listening, whether it is The Doghouse, and fingers crossed it is, or something else, or maybe both, a hot chocolate whilst watching The Doghouse. Let's
Yes.
go all out. That's so important as well, because we need to get that strength and feel that togetherness and fill our hearts with hope and optimism to be able to change the world and make this world a better place, and be able to say no to that which we do not want in this world and yes to that which we want, and have the confidence and the conviction and the togetherness to go together and create that.
We're going to have both soon, aren't we?
What, hot chocolate in the
No.
Doghouse?
No, the scariness and the anticipation and how you feel in the doghouse. It's our Halloween party. We will have it all.
A seamless segue, Anne. Yeah, well done. We do on the 25th of October, which is Saturday the 25th of October, at Sale West Community Centre, is our Strive for Truth CIC, our community group's next community
Yes.
family fun day event. And you are right, Anne, it's Halloween. And it will be fancy dress. We'll all be dressed up. You are most definitely invited. Your friends, your family, your neighbours, all of you, anybody, everybody that would like to be there, any age, is absolutely invited. Of course, it's children focused, family focused, but the child in you. So if you want to come on your own or with your wife or your husband, your parent, your brother, your sister, bring your children, your grandchildren, your neighbours' children, anybody that you would like to bring you are all very, very welcome, and we're going to have such a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. It starts at 2:00. It's at Sale West Community Centre. There is more details online. You can find the details on our Stride for Truth Facebook and Instagram pages. And it's really, really exciting. Halloween, the room will look spookily spectacular. There'll be delicious treats to tuck into, Halloween games and activities, a tombola, raffle, face painting, books and teddies, spooky disco.
And this year we're having a stall for Christmas presents.
Absolutely.
So people can get ahead.
Yes. So
We've not done that before.
We
but
have
we are
not.
going to have all Christmas presents.
You can come along and get your Christmas presents in early, ready,
Yes.
and out the way. It really is, again, like the doghouse, I agree, Anne, heartwarming, exciting, good old-fashioned family fun. It really is wholesome. Of course I am biased. Of course we are biased. But I truly know that is the case. If you've been before, I'm sure you will testify to that. And if you haven't been, have a look at some of the pictures and videos from our previous events. And I'm sure you will feel it too, that it is good people coming together in goodness, for goodness, and everybody smiling. No phones, good old-fashioned games, fun, music, laughter, face painting, fancy dress,
Cash.
activities. It is a cash-only event, yes. Now, it's free for children. That's a good point you reminded me
Yes.
to say. Free for children. It's only £5 for adults, which is really, really reasonable.
That's with free drinks.
Absolutely free teas and coffees and drinks inside for everybody, and everything super, super reasonably priced. And it's all going towards our community projects, our ongoing community work, and moving us closer to getting our own community centre as well. So this really is a worthwhile, fantastic Halloween event. And we would love, absolutely love, to see you all there. Saturday the 25th of October, 2:00 start at Sale West Community Centre. Come in your Halloween fancy dress. And if you don't, I'm sure you can get your face painted and join in. Yes,
Yeah.
And no matter how old you are, everybody, you are all welcome. Okay, well, that's a
Okay.
wonderful place to finish, isn't it, Anne?
It is a wonderful place. to
Well, we've
finish.
covered a lot there, haven't we? From
Yes.
your concerns
My concerns about
of
cash.
the banking system and cash, and my attempts to try and understand it like everybody else and explain it, or at least think about it out loud. I think that's probably a true statement, isn't
Yes.
it? All the way through to Dog's House on Channel 4 and our Halloween event
Yes.
coming up at the end of October. Well, we
So-
best wrap it up, Anne.
We wrap it up. So
Yep.
just before we wrap it up, I'd like to say about cash. Is my Auntie Mary died when she was 90.
Right.
And she said, just as she was dying, I've left some money under the lino in the bathroom.
Right, okay.
And she'd been putting money under the lino, not under the bed, under the lino in the bathroom. And it was the old big £5 notes. They all had to be destroyed.
Because they got out of date. Oh, how
A bathroom full of £5 notes
notes.
underneath the lino. So be careful where you put your cash and make sure it's up to date.
Yeah. Gutting. Well, there you go. There you go. Thank you, everybody, as always. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend, or a wonderful week whenever it is that you are listening. And as always, we look forward to being with you and speaking with you again next Sunday morning. Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.